CVS, the pharmacy chain, has joined other large employers that are trying to lower their health care costs by threatening to charge overweight workers extra for their health insurance. Along with CVS, Michelin Tires, General Electric, Honeywell, and Mohawk Industries are imposing what they call incentive programs to encourage employees to lose weight. Critics call this an invasion of privacy. Let's talk about it with Frances Largeman-Roth, a registered dietitian, and Deborah Shigley. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
So, Deborah, is this an invasion of privacy?
Probably not. So two things. First, in most of these situations, the medical information is kept confidential. And second, look, if the employer is going to be footing the bill, they have the right to create certain incentives and terms attached to the program if they're going to be paying for it.
Frances, do these kind of incentives actually work? I mean, if you're trying to get people presumably to lose weight, I mean, is it effective?
Well, unfortunately, the incentives haven't been working so well. The penalties seem to work better than incentives.
I love how we're calling these incentives.
Yeah, no. So for about 10 years, companies have been providing all kinds of discounts if you, if you go to the gym and if you, do health programs and things like that, and people just have not been following through.
So these are like reverse incentives. These are, as you say, penalties. It's like if you don't do this, it's going to cost you money.
The carrot does not work as well as the stick in this case. How about workplace-wise? Do these things tend to work in the workplace?
Well, generally speaking, people are motivated by different things, right? Some people are motivated by cash bonuses, increases in salaries, things like that. But others are motivated by praise from their employer and leadership opportunities. So it really depends based on gender, based on your age, and all these other different factors.
On the personality.
Right.
I mean, there's obviously some employees coming into this could say, well, I have a pre-existing condition in effect. I mean, how does that get factored into this?
Well, I mean, if companies start docking workers who are obese due to an underlying condition, that would be discriminatory. But, they're saying that these new incentive programs are voluntary, and so therefore they don't discriminate because you don't have to actually take part if you don't want to.
Yeah, you don't have to take the...
But then you don't get the extra money. You don't get the extra money for meeting your health goals. So again, it's I think there will be a lot of legal issues.
Yeah. Well,
has it been challenged in court?
It has. One of these has been challenged in court. So basically, a lot of these programs, they say if you don't get a certain screening, if you don't get your cholesterol checked or vital signs checked once a year, then you're going to have to pay a little bit extra per month over the course of the year. And it has been challenged, and the person lost because basically the court is saying, look, if your employer has a bona fide benefits plan, they're allowed to have certain terms that are in compliance with the benefits plan. And something like this, where you have to get a screening once a year, is okay. But, it remains to be seen. There could be other people challenging this over the course of the next few years because we're going to see a lot more of these as the new laws go into place.
And there have been these kinds of programs have been in place in some companies for at least for a while, right? I mean, since the mid-2000s.
That's right.
And what sort of impact have they had that we know of? If any?
Well, it depends. I mean, they've seen a lot of good things with the no smoking programs, actually. The weight loss has been a little bit less effective, but I think this is kind of an experimental phase because they're trying to keep their costs down. They're getting more money with the new healthcare plan that's going to go into effect 2014. So you're going to see more employers trying these things, trying to figure out how they can lower the costs and increase wellness for all of their employers.
So chances are this could be coming to your workplace, yes, is what you're saying.
Some version.
6 out of 10 employers say that they are going to be using programs like this in the coming years.
6 out of 10?
Yes.
This is the new normal?
Yes.
In terms of cost, how much money do they actually save? Do we know, I mean, percentage-wise, do we have any idea what the change is there?
I think that's unclear, but right now, obesity is costing Americans $150 billion a year to treat. And employers are paying about $12,000 per employee. So, I mean, they want to see those numbers come down, and they need to come down.
So there's a lot of incentive for the employers here to make this work if they
That's
can.
where the incentive is.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you have health problems, it costs you money every year. It costs you thousands of dollars in sick days and other kinds of health care costs. So the idea is that this is going to benefit everyone. And I know people find it a little bit annoying, but if you look at the big picture, getting your health screened once a year really is not a big thing in the grand scheme of everyone's health and your cost overall.
That's a nice sunny way to on a Saturday morning. All right, Frances Largeman-Roth and Deborah Shigley, thanks so much to both of you.
Thank you.